Alright, so, long story short, I wanted to make a bunch of videos going through my charts and all the strategies and stuff, but work decided to give me a bunch of overtime and I like money. So this is Wednesday before Nats. I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to show you the decks I was looking at with zero testing. I'm just kind of asserting the best two decks will be a Armed Dragon variant and Dark Magician are the two best decks that I'm going to assume going into Nats. And I'll show you my list. So first of all, I'm going to be playing a lot of, I call this the Dark Armed Dragon deck, okay? Using the Lure of Darkness as a means to get to my Melody of Awakened Dragons faster. It's a strong deck. It's also part of a Warrior variant. So that means I can utilize my skill to discard Armed Dragon level 10 or Armed Dragon White in order to keep my plays going and really forge forward and really try to push my opponent. I chose Doom Cow because one, he's a strong Dark monster, and two, he's very hard to contest unless you're Dark Magician. But that's what the Sphere Creepos are for, and hopefully that's enough. So I think Sphere Creepo is going to be very, very strong this entire format. The two DD Crows is for Exchange of Spirits. It's for another Armed Dragon variant. Fissure is for me going second into anything. I want to beat them up. 1850 and 3K wins, so I want to do that. This is for Exchange of Spirits, and anything else looks a little back row heavy. I'm opting to play White Veil in the side deck. I have a love-hate with this card. I don't like losing to Book of Moon, but I also have to acknowledge it beats the crap out of back row decks, so I don't think it's worth losing. And then last is Lost Wind. We haven't seen this since the GX3 format was real, or GX4. When Ho was big last time, and Fossils was huge. I think there are two great skills to utilize Armed Dragon, that being Heart of a Warrior and the Slime skill. This beats the crap out of both. It's also an Effect Veiler or Effect Negate that's permanent on Armed Dragon White, and he halves his attack, and it's going to beat him up. The second deck I'm looking at is a stun variant of Dark Magician. So I'm leaning in with the 3 Fossil Dyna, a boatload of Kribos is my monster lineup. The reason why I'm opting for Fossil Dyna is because I feel if I summon him, my opponent can't play. I feel if I summon Dark Magician and then Fossil Dyna, my opponent quickly loses follow-up if I blow up their back row and they can't special summon. So I'm going to hope that's enough. Magic Kriba, I think 2 is plenty. 3 Sphere Kriba, like I said, I think this is an OTK format, which is the one thing this deck cannot do because I chose Fossil Dyna. So hopefully he does his job. The Allures is because there's so many Darks and I don't need them all. Dark Magic Attack, Dark Curtain, and Thousand Knives. Dark Curtain may be my suicide card, but it's a way to get into the engine quickly. Generation Next, I think I love this card right now. It's interesting to me because if I use Dark Magic Curtain, I can then add Magic Kriba to my hand to then start the cycle. I think that sounds super strong. Thousand Knives is just Thousand Knives. One of Champion's Vigilance to give the Fear of God if I resolve it. And bait him with the Waking the Dragon at 1. It's a 21 card list and it's not perfect, but I think this has the ability to really throw someone off their game. For the side deck, I chose Breakers against Exchange of Spirits builds. Same with DD Crow, which is also against Armed Dragon. And then Spell Trap Negate, and this is for the Snipe Hunter decks. Anything else kind of crazy, another Dark Magician. And I hope that this stuff kind of pushes me forward. And then the deck I'm going to play in the Giant card. I'm going to play Stall. I think Stall sounds super strong right now. I think Wing Kribo is a Wabaku that cannot be MST'd. He cannot be Dark Magic attacked. I essentially have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Wabakus in my deck. That's before I put them all back. I think DD Crow is annoying. I can completely manipulate the graveyard. I'm not even going to try to even win with Exchange of Spirits most of the time. I think I'm actually just going to do the old Stall variant. I'm just going to try and stall him out. And everything in here is just a great stall card. I mean, hopefully I zone lock them and then wait them out. It's that easy. Especially against Snipe or Armed Dragon variants. If they're all face down forever, the game's over. And I could just wait and then recycle my deck, and then it's over. I chose Galaxy Cyclone for another exchange variants. I chose Magic Jammer for exchange variants, and for Dark Magician, and for Armed Dragon. If they play Melody, I want to stop it. If they play Dark Magic Attack, I want to stop it. This is also for the Dark Magician deck. Maybe a little heavy on Dark Magician, but I'm the most afraid of it. Because if I have 2 power cards here and they heavy storm me, or feather duster me, I want to make sure I can either negate it or profit off of it. And so that's my mindset on that. And then the interesting thing, I'm going to go with 2,000 restrict. In case for some lucky reason I set 2, they blow up 2, and I want both of them on field because they can't Book of Moon it and turn it off. And that is the logic there. But these are the 3 decks I'm going to bring. I think I'm locking in. I'm going to play a stall variant. I'm not sure if I want to play this or a Fossil Dyna-ish kind of one. But I'm really thinking this for the Giant card. And I'm between these two on how I'm feeling for the main event. So I know I promised a lot with my little process and stuff, and it did not come through. I apologize for that, but I like money. What can I say? If you want to give me 4 deck lists in the comments, I'll try to do my little process. I'll take the 4 deck lists if anyone submits them, and I'll try to do my strategy after Nats. And we'll try to go through my process that way. Maybe, if that helps anyone, if you want me to try to build more decks or more odd strategies, I can just even show deck lists before I do those. But I appreciate it if you watch the videos, and stay tuned, and I'll tell you how I did.